Is Hans Niemann the new bad boy of chess? FTX Crypto Cup, Magnus gets the win, and chess boxing. All today on ChessWire. Good morning and welcome to ChessWire. I'm your host, Adam Carter, with your morning news. Please feel free to leave your comments and questions in the chat, and I'll get to them and shout outs after the news. Also, remember to subscribe and follow here on Twitch. For every new 200 subscribers or new 200 followers or new 20 subscribers, I'll be doing a drawing for a giveaway. It'll be either a chess.com diamond membership for the year or a chess24 premium membership for the year, your choice. Now let's get to your morning news. The Globe and Mail: in chess boxing, hitting your opponent isn't just legal, it's required. Cecil Rosner. How many times have you wanted to get up from a difficult chess game and aim a right hook at your opponent's jaw? In the world of chess boxing, that would be perfectly legal. Many people are surprised it's a real sport, but chess boxing has been around for 30 years and is popular in Germany, Britain, and a few other countries. Players alternate rounds between a speed chess game and a match in the ring. A checkmate or knockdown ends the contest. Winnipeg-born Sean Mooney is retired from the sport now, but once played a memorable match at Royal Albert Hall in London that was billed as a battle of the bankers. He worked for Goldman Sachs at the time. Mooney won all 3 matches he contested. When you get punched in the head, everyone's chess rating drops by about 200 points, says Mooney, who is now a business strategist and consultant in Portland, Oregon. He said blunders at the board were common in the first few seconds after a boxing round ended. Mooney thinks chess boxing might be ripe for renewed popularity, and a Toronto filmmaker, David Benton, has recently released a documentary called By Rook or Left Hook: The Story of Chess Boxing. On a chess24, the new bad boy of chess, Hans Niemann, all the outrageous interviews by Leon Watson. He's entertained us immensely, and not just with his chess. American teenager Hans Niemann has caught everyone's attention at the FTX Crypto Cup this week with a series of bizarre and sometimes worrying and at times amusing interviews. His post-match encounters, both lengthy and brief, with Chess24 reporter Sivir Crow Sunball at Florida's Eden Rock, Miami Beach, have left viewers and commentators alike wondering what on earth is going on. Niemann's pieces to camera have spawned memes and mountains of chatter on social media, and no doubt they have entered into chess legend. Meanwhile, the 19-year-old's chess has been equally erratic. He's notched up wins against world champion Magnus Carlsen and young hotshot Praggnanandhaa, but still failed to score a single match point. Here are the most memorable bits. Round 1, Han rages at laptop being left unplugged. It's the first round of the FTX Crypto Cup in Miami, and the eyes of the chess world are on you. But when a technical issue interrupts his match with Jean-Christophe Duda, Hans was not happy. The 19-year-old from New York turned the air blue with an explicit-ridden rant about Duda's laptop being left unplugged. Here's the bleeped-out version, with the organizer's Twitter jokingly proclaiming Hans a chess villain.
Well, it's completely ridiculous that the laptop is just running out of power. The fact that the laptop runs out of power completely threw me off, and it's just completely ridiculous. It should not be happening. Like, plug the laptop in, match isn't over. Thank you. Next, you're the winner.
How much of that second game, Hans, would you attribute to the first game and what happened?
Completely. Thank you.
You start out with a masterpiece. How would you summarize it?
Chess speaks for itself.
Is it something special doing this against Magnus, Hans?
I don't see Anish. I just see someone who's going to face the wrath.
I think some of the decisions I made were just absolutely insane. Like, to go king f3 to e4, I was just trusting my instinct. Held this position quite I did not let it get any
No, I've actually blocked all social media. I don't use social media.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, the fact that I'm alive at this moment is a miracle, because after I lost this first game, ridiculous, I think I was really just ready to just go into the ocean and never come back. Thank you.
Round 2, the infamous chess speaks for itself. Having been thrashed the day before, Hans was in no mood to take prisoners, and he didn't. First, Hans started his match with world champion Magnus Carlsen with a brilliant but completely unexpected win, and then he uttered a line that is now part of chess folklore. Chess speaks for itself. Round 3, Niemann gives himself a heart attack. Before the start of play, Hans dropped a bombshell no chess fan wanted, saying he would decline all interviews. But that didn't last very long. For a second day in a row, our hero started with an impressive win, this time over the Indian teen Pragnananda. The chess was certainly speaking for itself, but Hans decided to speak too. I'm really happy with how I handled the nerves. I think some of the decisions I made were just absolutely insane. To go king f3 to e4. I was just trusting my instinct, but I definitely was giving myself a heart attack. I think it was correct, but to do that with low time was very risky, but it also forced precision from his end, so I think I'm very happy with how I played. Hans won with a fearless king march into the center, but despite starting with a loss, Prague went on to win the match 2.5 to 1.5. Round 4, the minibar and Uber Eats interview. Mid-match, Hans had just been beaten to Anish Gary. Was he in the mood to celebrate? No. Instead, he delivered one of the most memorable post-game interviews we've ever witnessed at a chess tournament. Following his win, Hans still needed a draw to take the match to tiebreaks. Unfortunately, Geary, who Hans has had Twitter beef with, steamrolled him 2.5 to 1.5. Round 5, Hans won't be singing Kumbaya. In round 5, Hans lost 0.5 to 2.5 to the exciting teen Alireza Fajora, and a match that had to be paused when the internet dropped in the venue. Hans had been furious about the technical issue on day 1, but this time had little to say on the matter. Instead, in another bizarre interview, he told Sphere that he wouldn't be trying yoga. On to Chess.com news. Magnus Carlsen wins FTX Crypto Cup by Peter Dodgers. GM Magnus Carlsen won the FTX Crypto Cup on Sunday despite losing in his final match in a tiebreak to GM Pragnananda R, who thereby secured second place in the tournament. GM Alireza Fajora finished in third place. How to watch? And Carlsen Pragnananda 2-4 in what was a dream finale for the tournament. The two dominating players were paired against each other on the last day. Neither of them played at their very best, but the fight was definitely entertaining. After 2 draws, Carlsen won the third game, with which he clinched tournament victory, because even if he would lose his remaining games, he would still get a point for reaching the tiebreak, and that's exactly what happened. Prague leveled the score and then won both games in the Blitz tiebreak. Although not terrible according to the engine, 16b5, the fourth rapid game, seemed too frivolous by Carlsen, who admitted lacking motivation by that point. I think Magnus just wanted to have more fun. That's it, said Pragnananda. This 16b5 is unnecessary. I think he just wanted to have fun and try and beat me. Carlsen was about to force an Armageddon as he got a completely winning position in the second Blitz game, but then he unexpectedly collapsed, first missing a winning tactic and then blundering one more time. Afterward, Carlsen said, "I was feeling terrible today. I didn't get enough sleep. I was just not in good shape. I'm very happy and relieved to have won the tournament. Obviously, I would have wished to have done better today. It's really kind of embarrassing to lose the last 3 games, but overall, the emotions are obviously positive. I wish I could have kept my level going right till the very end. I didn't, but nevertheless, it's a great result." Firouzja Aronian 2.5 to 1.5. Firouzja was best of the rest, in fact, by reaching the same score as Pragnananda, but getting edged out on the first tiebreak, which was mutual score. The French-Iranian grandmaster drew 3 games with GM Levon Aronian, then won the 4th. Duda Giri, 2.5 to 0.5. GM Anish Giri, again, didn't have a good major and said he needs to investigate why he's performing worse in this round-robin format compared to the other one, with preliminaries followed by a knockout. What didn't help was that before his second-place game with GM Jan-Christoph Duda, Giri got locked out of his hotel room, which prevented him from preparing, as in memorizing some opening moves. Making a reference to one of Niemann's interviews, the Dutchman commented, "I'm not going to say I think this is ridiculous and it shouldn't be happening, but I'm honestly not sure if I would have repeated that particular line because there were a few other things that he might do, and I don't know if I was in the mood to repeat a lot of the lines anyway. But that file was open, so I could have. Anyway, I got a fine position and I lost more than one game today, so it was not the reason for my loss. Yesterday I wasn't locked out of my room, and anyway, I lost. So it's not the reason, but it's still kind of funny that when things are not going your way, many details slip away like that." Here's the second game, which Giri lost quickly. Duda, I think I was in pretty bad shape, so actually it's pretty nice that I managed to win almost against anyone. Asked if he understands Niemann's frustration, Giri quipped, "I think the frustrations are mainly mine because I'm not able to crush the tournament and was not able to crush the interviews. I don't have a field where I can dominate anymore." Lee versus Niemann, 2.5 to 1.5. Poor GM Hans Niemann ended up losing all his matches. He was mildly positive for making it to 4 games in the last day, saying, "I don't think my morale is completely crushed, so that's at least progress." GM Ling Kwang Liam, who won 2 games, lost 1 and drew 1, said about his last match, "In reality, today wasn't so smooth because the first game I should have lost. Also, this last game, at the same point, I was worse. But it was an interesting game. I suppose he should be able to make a draw in the end game, but he was low on time. Very difficult." And from chess.com, Rapid Chess Championship champion GM Ian Nepomniachtchi. Nepomniachtchi can't stop winning, clinches 2022 RCC title in Vanessa. GM Ian Nepomniachtchi proved to be invincible, clinching the grand final of the 2022 Rapid Chess Champion presented by Coinbase on Sunday. He defeated GM Dmitry Andreykin, who had an incredible run, overcoming GM Hikaru Nakamura and Wesley So to win the loser's bracket. Loser's semifinal. Although Andreykin attempted to press the white pieces, So initiated a combination that led to many exchanges, and the players soon drew in an opposite color bishop ending. In the next game, Andreykin started his attack with a sneaky maneuver, redirecting his resources to aim at So's slightly weakened kingside. As the loser's semifinal progressed, Nakamura waited in the wings for a second chance at the title after losing in the winner's final on Saturday. Loser's final. Nakamura and Andreykin fought with everything they had to for the chance to challenge Nepomniachtchi in the grand final. Although their first game was a draw, it was a thrilling duel until the very last seconds. In the second game, the players traded queens early in the opening. In the queenless middle game, Andreykin played a positional masterpiece to gradually grow his slight advantage into a significant one while holding off all of his opponent's attempts to create play of his own. As the commentator has observed on the broadcast, Andreykin has such a great full board awareness. He has done a tremendous job at giving Hikaru zero counterplay. Grand final. It was a prize that qualifying season leader Nakamura didn't make it to the grand final. Yet, a matchup between the world championship challenger and Andreykin, who seemed to improve with each RCC he competed in this season, also felt quite fitting. In a hard-fought battle, highly tactical first game, the position looked to be settling down to an even endgame when Andreykin lost a pawn while on the verge of running out of time. After this inaccuracy, Nepomniachtchi displayed pristine technique to secure victory. In the second game, in a must-win situation with the black pieces, Andreykin attempted to win at all costs, even refusing a draw offer in a worse position. However, he was unable to gain any advantage against Nepomniachtchi's solid, practical play. In fact, he pressed a little too far and lost tactically. In the post-match interview, Nepomucci shared his thoughts about Andrikhen's performance. First of all, kudos to Dmitry. It's quite sad that probably after having such a tough schedule, he wasn't really as fresh against me. Just completely outstanding, and once again, I'm really sorry he couldn't make it his best in our match. The Rapid Chess Championship Finals is Chess.com's biggest and most elite rapid tournament. It is a 16-player knockout with 10+2 time control. If players draw a single Armageddon game with a bidding system determines the winner, the total prize fund of the RTC is $650,000 with a $150,000 prize for the finals alone. And last from chess.com, World Fischer Random Chess Champion in Reykjavik 2022. Qualifier 1 starts today, August 22nd through the 24th. Announcing the 2022 FIDE Fischer Random World Chess Championship by chess.com. Chess.com is excited to announce that the FIDE Fischer Random World Championship is back, brought to you by the government of Iceland and the city of Reykjavik. Top players from around the world will compete in a series of classical Fischer random games for their share of the $400,000 prize fund and the title of the FIDE Fischer Random World Championship. The first qualifier starts on August 22nd at 9 a.m. Pacific time on chess.com. Any tiled player can participate in the qualifiers for a spot at the championship, which will happen on October 25th through the 30th in Reykjavik, Iceland, and their share of the $2,500 qualifier prize fund. Fischer Random, also known as Chess 960, is one of the most popular chess variants in the world. In it, all standard chess rules are the same except for the starting position of the pieces, which can be in one of 960 semi-random setups. Heavily endorsed by the 11th world champion GM Bobby Fischer, the variant sidesteps opening preparation to highlight players' true understanding of chess. The last time a Fischer Random World Championship happened was in 2019. During that event, GM Wesley So defeated GM Magnus Carlsen to become the first official Fischer Random World Champion. Now, both Super Grandmasters are returning to play in the championship in Reykjavik alongside Iceland's #1 player, GM Halvor Stein Gretarsson. While So will be fighting to keep his crown, Carlsen will be playing to win the only FIDE world title missing in his illustrious career. Make sure you tune in chess.com/TV or Twitch channel or to youtube.com/chesscom live to enjoy our broadcast of the qualifiers with expert commentary and live camera feed from the playing hall. And if you're a FIDE titled player, make sure you play in the qualifiers right here on chess.com for your chance to play in Reykjavik against Gretarsson, So, and Carlsen. Now to questions, comments, and shout-outs. Only our 9 streams, still nobody coming in for the live chat, but that's all right. Remember to always put your comments, questions, shout-outs in the chat, and I will always get to those after I've read the news. You can follow me on Twitter at ChessWire, where you can DM me if you have any announcements, stories, or interviews you'd like me to share over the air. This episode will also be posted to YouTube later today, and remember to follow and subscribe on Twitch or subscribe here on YouTube. For every 200 new followers on Twitch or 20 new subscriptions there, I will be doing a drawing for a giveaway to chess.com Diamond membership for the year, or Chess24 Premium membership for the year, every 200 new followers or 20 new subscriptions. So thank you for watching and listening to ChessWire. Have a good one.